This week we read Parsha Toldos. Parsha Toldos is highlighted by the birth of Isaac and Esav, the two brothers. Jacob and Esav, the two brothers of Isaac, and Rivka, and the differences between them. Jacob being a very, very quiet young man who sat and he learned all day, studied, and Esav being a wild man who hunted and did other types of things that did not make his parents too proud of him. And finally, the moment came for the blessings. And Esav was officially the older brother, and therefore he was deserving the older blessing, of the first blessing, the greater blessing. But their mother Rivka realized that no, only the younger son should receive the blessing. He's more befitting. He should be the future leader of the Jewish people. And as the story goes, Isaac at this time was blind, and Rebekah had Jacob dressed up in clothing that weren't his clothing, had him come in and basically pretended to be in place of his brother Esav. And the story goes that they got the blessing as well through that. And one of the lessons we learned from here is that even though sometimes the truth was a little bit bent, if it's for a good person, you could do so. I'm not advocating everyone should go around lying all the time. But sometimes you have to understand situations, understand perspective. And maybe you're not having a great day, but if someone comes in and says, oh, how's your day? Say, it's a good day. Why? It's not a good day. How did you like the food? And you want to say, it was pretty bad. Don't say it was pretty bad. Say it was not bad. Why? Because sometimes when we change our perspective of things and we look at it a little bit differently, it has an effect on other people. And if we're positive, it can be positive to them as well. We'll now continue with the singing of Lechadodi, the song we sing Friday night, written by the great Rabbi of Shlomo Alkabitz in the late 1400s. Lechadodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela lechadodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Hishmiyanu kel hamyuchad Hashem echad Ushma hoyachad L'shem ol seferetz v'l'sila Chad odi l'kras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela L'kras Shabbos l'chuvin elcha Ki hi mikor haberacha Meirosh mikedem nisucha Sov ma'aseh b'machshavot chila Lecha dodi l'kras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Mikdash melech Ir melucha kumitzi mitoch ha'afecha Rav lach shevet b'yimekabacha V'hu yachamol alayichem la'lecha Dodi l'kras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hisnari me'afar kumi Livshi bigdei sefartei chalmi Al yad ben yishai beis halachmi Karva el nafshi gi yahala lecha Dodi l'kras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hisahoreri Ki v'horechu miyori Uri, shir daberi, Gevod Hashem, alayich nigla. Lecha dodi lekras kala, Pnei Shabbos nekabela, V'hayulim shisa, shahosayich, V'rachaku kameh v'halayich, Yosis alayich elokayich, Kim sozcha sana kala lecha dodi lekras kala. Pnei Shabbos nekabela yamin usmal tehefrotzi v'yes Hashem daritzi
Al Yad Ben Yishai Beit Oloch Mikarva El Nafshi Ala Lecha Dodi Likras Kala Pnei Shabbos Nekavela Bawi B'Shalom Atares Ba'ala Gamberina Ovitzahala Tochemune Yam Segula Ba'wikala Lecha Dodi Likras Kala Pnei Shabbos Nekavela.
This week we're blessing the new month, the month of Kislev, the month of Hanukkah. Hanukkah is now only in less than 4 weeks from now. As we're all going to celebrate Hanukkah, we'll begin with a quick Hanukkah idea. So we know that there's 8 nights of Hanukkah that represent the 8 days that the menorah was lit in the temple, in the Beis HaMikdash. And a very big deal is made about the menorah and lighting the menorah, and that the candles should be lit. The most famous question asked is that, as the story goes, they did have 1 day's worth of light, of oil. So the miracle was only an extra 7 days. Yes, the 1-day candles lasted for 8 days, but then why is a holiday 8 days? It should only be 7 days, because the first day they had the light. There's nothing special about that. And one of the answers is the following, that even things that you have, don't take them for granted. Yes, it's true, they had candles and they could light the menorah the first day, no problem. But just because they had that, doesn't mean that we'll always have that. In life, even the things that are expected, that we get all the time, we should never take for granted as well. This week being the weekend of Thanksgiving as well, we give thanks to people. You should always remember to thank everyone around you, anyone you have contact with, even people who are supposed to help you. You should never take for granted what people do for others. We're now finished with the singing of Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'eis Nasa B'Chefso Kol Azai Mehelech Shemo Nikra V'Yacharei Kechlos HaKol Levahado Yimloch Nora V'Haya V'Hoveh V'Yiyeh B'Sifara V'Hu Echad V'Yein Sheni Hamshilo Lehachvira V'Li Reishis V'Li Sachlis V'Lo Ha'od V'Hamizra V'Hu Keli V'Chai Goali V'Tor Chevli V'Yeis Nasa V'Hu Nisi Umanosli Minas Kosi B'Yom Ekra B'Yahado Avkid Ruchi V'Yeis Ishan V'Yahira V'Yem Ruchi Gev'Yasi Ado Shemli V'Lo V'Ra. Have a happy and healthy week, a great weekend, a great Shabbat. We'll see everybody next week.